So lately I've been reflecting on friendship, and I've come to realize that I may not have had as many real friends as I thought I had over the years. And the operative word is may. I just want to point that out because this is something I'm still reflecting on and processing. However, it still has been something that's surprisingly uncomfortable for me to sit with. And not because I've been looking at other people with a magnifying glass, but because I have been forced to look at myself and kind of question and reflect on how I've shown up in relationship and as a friend with others. Because eventually, if you look at other people long enough, you have to look at yourself. And that's kind of what I've been doing. And I also had to take a step back to kind of have a hard conversation in regards to friendship before I could even proceed with this. But before I get into that even more, I just kind of want to give an update about where I've been and things that I'm going to be doing going forward. Well, not just briefly on that, not too much about what I'm doing going forward. But so I was starting my second rounds of 100 days, posting consistently. But once I hit my goal of 100 watch hours, I kind of just dropped the consistency and forgot about the second half of the goal, which was to get 100 new subscribers too. So I'm back, and I'm back with my whiteboard, as you can see. So I am a nuanced thinker. I am an overthinker, and this is going to kind of help me stay on track, like somewhat, I hope. And what else? Yeah, so this is like an introduction to a 7-part series that I'm going to be doing about friendship. So the next 7 videos will be about friendship. I'm going to be sharing stories about how about all the things that have helped me redefine how I look at friendship and what friendship means to me. And that includes stories about the time that somebody that I thought was a friend reported me to internal affairs when I was working at an all-male prison facility. The times that I stayed in friendships way longer than I should have due to me being the loyal person that I am. And I'm also going to be sharing some things about myself that are not so appealing when it comes to how I've shown up as a friend for people. But yeah, that's what you can expect moving forward. So make sure you come back to hear the stories on that. So I won't be sharing a story in this video because this is just kind of like a precursor, a video to go over how I am going to be defining my friendships going forward and the categories that I am going to be placing people in going forward. So the very, very top tier is, well, very, very category. I don't want to sound too professional, too corporate with this video. You know, this whiteboard got me feeling real official. But anyway, bestie is the number 1 category. This is the person that I have deemed as my safe space, the person that I feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable with, and somebody that I'm going to talk to, if not every day, at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week, because, you know, that's my bestie. And the next tier under that is friends. So this is a person that I'm probably going to talk to like once every 2 weeks, at least 2 or 3 times a month. Somebody that is also kind of somewhat a safe space and going to get some vulnerability from me, but it's not going to be to the level as my best friend. And then the third category is the homegirl/homeboy category. Now, this is a person who may know some personal things about me, but this is someone that I'm probably not going to be considering that much of a safe space. Like, they're not going to know too many vulnerable things about me. It's just going to be somebody that I see as a good time, somebody cool to hang out with, you know, somebody that I may see like once or twice every 2 to 3 months, you know, every other quarter, something like that. We link up, good time, play some spades, some little games, you know, hang out, a little house party or something like that. But I'm probably not going to share too much of my personal business with them. Then there's the associate. This is somebody who, you know, I may see out and about, you know, catch up, share some niceties with, but definitely not somebody that I'm going to be like sharing too many personal things with. And now I say that, and then I'm over here on YouTube yapping and telling a lot of my personal business. But some things are reserved only for people that I really, truly feel like I can trust, and somebody that I feel like is going to cover me well, protect me, steward me well. So there are some things that fit in that category, even though I do yap, and this is a diary style, kind of like Kiana over here, and I'm telling out my business. But anyway, the very low level is the acquaintance. Somebody that I'm just pretty much just saying hey and bye to. Like, I know them through maybe an associate, homegirl, homeboy, friend, bestie, or something like that. But nobody that I'm definitely not going to be telling no deep secrets to. Now, on the flip side of that, with these 5 categories, all of these people will get me as their safe space. Like, if any of these people tell me something that's very vulnerable, they can rest assured and have a peace of mind in knowing that I will not tell anybody anything they told me. I like being that for people because over the years, I've had so many experiences where I have seen people share personal things with me or others that their friends have told them in confidence and was expecting them not to repeat. Like, and that's another thing about me. I'm not too keen on repeating anything anybody has told me, even if they don't tell me not to say anything, because it's their business. And if they want people to know, they'll tell them directly, and I don't have to. That's just not something that I do. And I take pride in that. And that is one thing that I want to maintain my integrity with when it comes to that, because I want to be there for people, because I feel like it's not enough people in the world that are that for people. My mama even teased me about it. She, like, if she hears somebody asking me something, or if she want to ask me something about somebody, she'll be like, oh, don't even ask Treese, because she ain't gonna tell you nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing. Like, she don't never share stuff. Like, and she right. I'm not, because why? That's their business. You want to know, feel free to go ask them. And I don't even feel comfortable telling stuff when people tell me I can. But if they tell me I can share certain stuff with people because they're not ready to, or they don't feel comfortable doing it, then I will. But outside of that, it's like, no. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. This is the stuff that I've been reflecting on. These are the categories that I have set, mostly so that I can manage my expectations when it comes to being in a relationship with people, so that I can mitigate the risk of the disappointment that I may experience. And I don't want to, anytime I have to name something that somebody has done to me where I feel like they have hurt me or done me wrong, it's not to make them a villain, but it is to tell my truth and to be honest about my experience with people. But it's not necessarily to just make somebody a villain. Although, sometimes some people, they're malicious and they are villains. But for the most part, as I reflected over my friendships over the years, that's not necessarily the case. So I'm not collecting no villain stories about people or nothing like that. I'm really truly doing this to reflect, redefine how I see friendship, so that I can be a better friend and align myself with people who I feel like will be good friends for me moving forward in my life. Because the older I get, the more I just feel like, no, we shouldn't still be doing this. We shouldn't still be repeating the same bad patterns that do not serve us. Well, do not serve me. I'm speaking for myself, but if anything that I just said resonates with you, feel free to, take what you need. And with that being said, how have you been redefining friendship for yourself lately? Like, what is something that you would say to your younger self that she wouldn't agree with the knowledge that you have right now about what friendship is and what it should be like, versus just going with the flow with somebody just because you feel like y'all have enough things in mutual when there's not a real alignment there? That's the question I want to leave you with. I would like to hear your thoughts about it in the comments. But if you're new here, my name is Latrice. Is what I think out loud, reflect honestly, name patterns that keep us stuck. If anything here on my channel resonates with you, feel free to take what you need. And if it doesn't, please feel free to leave it. If you want to hear the rest about my friendship journey, the 7-part series, feel free to come back. Hit the subscribe button if you think we align, the like button, all the things, and I will be back.